morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Disney Morning Show with myself, Doobie Mosley, co-founder of Laughing Place, and the guy over there, Kyle Burbank, our managing editor. And we are going to do another show with you, taking a look at what's going on in the world of Disney. Today is, of course, not the happiest days here. It is the National Day of Mourning for President Jimmy Carter, who passed away. And so for that reason, the stock market is closed. We will not have a stock market update today. And of course, here in California, specifically Southern California, it is just not pretty at all. So we're actually going to start there with a quick update on the impact that's having with Disney and other companies down there. Kyle.
Yeah, so first of all, Universal was closed yesterday, and it'll be closed again today. They're not at this time in any immediate danger, but just out of an abundance of caution. And obviously, with all these wildfires, the air around the city is also not great. So they're going to be closed at least today. They are expecting to reopen tomorrow, but we will see about that. We will have an article shortly, but Disney legend Jamie Lee Curtis just announced that her family will be donating $1 million to wildfire relief efforts for the city. And we'll be putting that to the best use. Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, shared some photos from Pacific Palisades showing some of the destruction there. I don't think we have it here, but I saw Joe Rohde was also posting about the Altadena fire and how a lot of Disney Imagineers apparently live in that area and have don't live there, live in and
Kyle,
things like that.
Go ahead, sorry. Your Wi-Fi is not as good today as it has been the past couple of days.
Yeah, people want to town.
Really
Disney offices in Los Angeles and other places are being closed. They're being I think they're closed today. We've also seen closures. Kimmel canceled a taping last night. They were right next to where it was in Hollywood, the Hollywood Hills, and there's also been other shows that have as a result. Abbott Elementary and some other ones. So yeah, lots happening. I think the Pacific Palisades one's still the largest, right?
Yeah, I definitely think so. And last I heard, still 0% containment on it too. And
Luckily,
an impact.
One, it sounds like that one's more contained. I think they even lifted the evacuation orders that were like right across the street from El Capitan. That's where not that the fire was there, but that's where the evacuation was. Hollywood Boulevard.
And impacting, millions of people down there, at least in terms of evacuations are concerned, including our own team. We've had some LP team members who had to evacuate. I believe I'm right on that, right, Kyle? They actually were under evacuations. Yeah.
He just narrowly avoided evacuation, but they were ready in case.
They were ready to go.
But thankfully, that was the Hollywood one that seems to be under control now.
Thankfully, everyone on the on the LP team, is doing fine, and their homes are doing fine. And I wish we could say that for everyone down there, but just not a fun situation and not over yet. So obviously, we will keep an eye on it as far as its impacts on Disney and the SoCal theme parks, which is not of no concern, but certainly not the highest concern. But that's our job here at LP, so we will continue to do that. And with that, as we say, whoop whoop, let's move on. And starting off, I like to leave Kyle. So we have a show sheet that we do, and I assign each article to either myself or Kyle, and I like to leave Kyle little notes in there. So this one is assigned to Doobie because Kyle hates Figment. There is a new.
I don't hate Figment. And speaking of notes, I would like to note that this shirt was given to me by our good friends at Roosevelt. So thank you, Roosevelt.
And it's a nice shirt.
Thank you. It's so it combines Star Wars with the Beatles, which I love the Beatles. Obviously, it's like inspired by A Hard Day's Night, but it's the Cantina band.
Of course. All right. So there's a Figment popcorn bucket coming to the the Festival of the Arts this year. Goodness, too many.
Thank you for saying the full name instead of acting like a toddler, like our rest of our team.
It is the Festival of the Arts, and it is very cute. And what's also cute is the way Disney shows off these things these days. Disney has definitely stepped up their social media game over the past few years. This is a lot of fun.
I will say, I was a little disappointed when I saw this first part. Because I saw that we shared it on our story, and I thought that this was a post that we made, like with the rotating thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, Marshall has reached new level.
But he is not. He is at the same old Marshall level. Comes with fun popcorn too. This is some rainbow popcorn. This will be available starting January 17th and available via mobile order for pickup at the Odyssey. So that is your popcorn bucket for a Festival of the Arts. And I sure hope Kyle is not frozen. Okay. Kyle's having a terrible connection today. So let's see. You can try this.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Get through this story.
Okay. Yeah, we got some SAG Actors Guild Award nominations, continuing with award season. The Walt Disney Company 23 nominations for this, led by Shogun's 5 nomination. Obviously, just won some Golden Globes and some other awards, so that makes sense. A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan movie, got 4 nominations. A Real Pain got 1 nomination. And some others include The Bear, Abbott Elementary, The Bridge, Only Murders, The Old Man, and I don't think I've ever heard of Nobody Wants This, which is a funny title. It apparently stars Kristen Bell, and that's noteworthy because Kristen Bell is hosting the ceremony, which will be on Netflix February 23rd.
I present this award to me, Disney legend, Kristen Bell, as you pointed out.
Yes, I documented. Should have said that.
And it's Food Day.
It is, yeah.
You're the less picky of you and I. So
we talked about the popcorn bucket, but there's some other Figment fun and other. So yeah, Festival of the Arts. It's EPCOT Festival. They do incorporate food into it, but it's mostly about being pretty or interesting, artful food. So some of the ones I have on here is this creepy looking crab slider that they've made to look like a crab. If you look closely at that, it's kind of horrifying. If you're not a vegetarian, maybe you'll become one after.
Wow. Is there anything that looks good to you?
Some other things I wanted to talk about. The Enchanted Rose is a milk chocolate rose with raspberry and rose center. Very pretty, as you can see there. Obviously inspired by Beauty and the Beast. There's the Figment waffle that we've seen that, I don't know how you say it. Liege?
No one knows.
I've
heard it both ways. Yeah.
Yeah. There's also a Figment Pop-Tart at his own Figment Inspirations or something of the sort. Some also ones you've seen before, the Cookie Painter's palette. There's
favorite.
There you go. There's the Pop-Tart. Further down is the cookie palette. And then I do have a story about one of the things for the Japanese one. There's taiyaki, which is a fish-shaped filled pastry. So the first time I went to Tokyo in 2010, I found this place in Shibuya that served taiyaki, and you could get all sorts of different stuffings. They're actually inspired by different countries around the world. And so I got one that was like German potatoes and bacon inside of this fish-shaped waffle type thing, and it was delicious. So then when I went for my honeymoon in 2014, we walked all around Shibuya trying to find this taiyaki stand for probably the better part of an hour, and couldn't find it, and ended up at a Burger King. And back
I believe you froze on Burger King, which Burger King did not like the insult. He will be back. He is in Las Vegas right now, so we have not a great connection, although we've had a perfect connection the last 2 days, so it is a shame it's having trouble now. Hopefully he comes back.
So hungry, and we were just walking around.
And he does not even know he was gone.
Yeah, that's going on.
Yeah, terrible.
There's
okay, we'll move.
Though that's all I wanted to say. And the iconic almond French pain cake. I wrote it out phonetically, so I know how to say it better. I've said it.
Thank you. This is a good day for us to have a very short show. Not a whole lot of headlines today. So I'm going to move on to our next one. We're going to take a look at the Disney Plus top 10 today, because we have almost nothing else to talk about. Skeleton Crew is at number 1. Makes sense. Wednesday is the day, drop day for that. Right on that. The Lion King, still up there. High Potential, which has made its return after a hiatus, is back. Paddington and Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, because kids watch TV. Dream Productions still doing one. Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, the fake Mufasa, and then 2 new ones on my list here. Maybe these just dropped on Hulu in January. I don't know. But Fall, have you seen Fall?
I've never heard of Fall.
I enjoy this movie. This is about 2 daredevil girls, like extreme influencers who decide to climb this very tall antenna, and then the ladder breaks and they're just stuck up there. And it's a pretty fun movie. That's my kind of movie. Those bottle movies that take place in one location, which is redundant. That is my kind of movie. And then 65, which stars the great actor Adam Driver, who ends up being in Dinosaur Town with a little girl, should be good and is absolutely awful. I do not recommend it in any way, shape, or form.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And speaking of abysmal, Rebecca, we talked about the TGL Golf on ESPN. I gave my review yesterday, but Rebecca has done the official LP review. And I have some breaking news. I don't know if Kyle wants to pop that. If he has a moment to pop that in, but I do have some breaking news here.
Okay.
We've given him 1 chance. We've given him 2 chances. We've given him 3 chances. Chatty, at least as far as review summaries, has officially been fired. He has failed me too many times. He cried. I don't care. We're tough around here. So we are going to go back to our old way of doing this, where I read the headline. Now we have a subline. I can read that too, and then read the final paragraph to give an overall review summary. So Chatty, maybe you'll get better. I'll try you again in the future, but for now, you are relegated to limericks. And Nikki B, our biggest fan, who hates AI, is very happy about that. And for the record, Rebecca loved TGL. Let's see if her review bears that out. So her headline was, let's get a little TGL picture up there. TGL revolutionizes golf on ESPN, but perhaps not enough. With the subhead, even though it's billed as a high-tech version of golf, the broadcast could benefit from even more tech. Overall, TGL was an enjoyable golf watching experience, leaving me excited for next week's matchup. The sport's pacing, coupled with talented athletes feeling their way through an unfamiliar circumstance within their expertise, is fun. I'm eager to see how the competitive nature evolves over the season as the teams gel and the intensity increases as the inaugural trophy win gets closer. Yeah, she's a big fan, but does seem room for improvement. As you can see, if you read her entire article, this is now weekly on ESPN TGL Golf. And we have another review, this one coming from Maxon. Oh, do I have a 404 error? Did we pull My Best Friends and Animals?
Yeah, it's going up today. Sorry.
All right. We don't have another review. That is the end of our reviews.
And the rest.
What's our oopsie? I couldn't find it.
That's at the bottom.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
Did I really assign this one to my...
Inside LP, Kyle gets a little distracted when he's out of town, and so he published one review on the day after it was supposed to, and one review on the day before it was supposed to, and so he's just trying to make good.
So we'll talk about something tomorrow related to Maxon.
It won't change. You don't have to rewrite it.
We're only human, flesh and blood we're made. All right. The Disney company, did you know the Disney company did this? Or I guess all companies do this, release screenplays?
Yeah, I've seen a few. And sometimes, as in the case with the Deadpool one during the campaigning, we learned of a joke that they alluded to during the thing. Like they said they'd never say what it was, but it was the one joke that Disney asked them to cut, but apparently didn't think to cut it out of the screenplay they released for consideration.
So I hope someone is pouring through the Inside Out 2 and Moana 2 screenplays right now looking for similar lines. Anyway, the Disney company releases those along with other companies to industry professionals and voters to help secure enough support to warrant nominations and coveted statuses. And so these scripts are out there now. Inside Out 2, Moana 2, A Complete Unknown, Deadpool and Wolverine, A Real Pain, Young Woman and the Sea, and some show that starts with the word night are out there floating around. And that's just kind of a fun thing. I didn't know occurred.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, I wonder, I guess people who are writers might not want to watch a 2-hour movie, but you can read through a script pretty quickly. So they're like, yeah, that was good.
Just picture it in their mind and then...
Yeah. Well, Disney Advertising shared some numbers yesterday, which, if I may rant for a second,
please.
Disney is at CES. They had a presentation yesterday. On their site, they say, email us if you'd like to learn how to attend. I emailed them. They did not tell me how to attend. I thought about just haunting the theater where I knew the event would be happening and trying to go in, but I said no. But we still wrote about it because they gave us some interesting numbers. The company said they have ad-supported monthly active users reaching 157 million globally, including 112 million domestically. So that's for ad support Disney Plus, Hulu, all the other networks and things like that. So yeah, that's their pitch. Is even though Disney Plus was doing really well, but was something that advertisers couldn't get on because they didn't offer advertising. Now, since they made that move to ad supported options, it's growing tremendously, and there's all sorts of options for people to programmatically buy their ad space on Disney products.
Whoever was hogging the Park MGM Wi-Fi has apparently left, because you are so much better now. Crystal clear.
It looks like it.
Yeah, crystal clear. All right, and then over at MCO, Kyle has the last bit of news.
Yeah, so we talked about how the Epic Universe store opened at MCO, and as luck would have it, if you can believe it, an LPer is on the move and flying through MCO. So we got to look inside of the Epic Universe store. So you have some different merchandise inspired by the different portals, I guess you'd be called, that are going to be there. Super Nintendo World, some Dark Universe items, mostly keychains and magnets, things like that. Some Potter, including specifically the Ministry of Magic section that's coming. Some How to Train Your Dragon items, adorable toothless plushes there and stuff. And then, of course, some just generic Epic Universe merchandise that you can buy and pretend you went even if you didn't go. That's
right.
key.
Especially since going might be tough. Epic Universe opens May 22nd, 2025.
I wonder who is going where from MCO. Maybe we'll talk about that in a future show.
Well, I'm glad your signal cleared up, because this is your time to shine, Kai. What is the latest on CES?
Yeah, so I got to actually, after the Delta thing a couple days ago, I went to the heart of CES at the convention center yesterday, and was a bit taken aback because there was some construction going on over there, so things were laid out a bit differently than I was used to. I mean, it's hard to know what to see at these shows. There's these huge booths, and there's like different televisions, different robots, AI things being presented, but it's hard to know what to look at. But I perhaps got some footage for a new YouTube show we're going to be debuting with my episode, so that's not pressure at all. So I was shooting some talking head stuff. I did find some connections to Disney. First of all, I found some Disney licensees that had some merchandise up. I got photos of that. I also, perhaps most notably, right after, so I was trying to think of things to talk about. So I did a talking head where I said that going to CES kind of feels like going to Innoventions back, not necessarily the EPCOT one, but the Disneyland version, where you're seeing these demonstrations of tech that are, kind of out there, but maybe not widely yet. And then later I went to the Auto Hall, and I walked by and I see Osimo on the screen. In this case, referencing Osimo OS, which I guess Honda was displaying these concept cars, and they use Osimo OS. So they showed Osimo the robot there. And if you're not familiar, he was at Innoventions, had his own show. Thank you, Sarah. He could run, he could climb stairs. He was awesome. And I think you could still see him in Autopia. I haven't been on it in quite a while, but I think there's an awesome, not like the real Osimo, but like a representation of Osimo in that.
Did he remember you?
He was on the screen. It was just a movie.
Oh, okay.
Movie.
I thought he was there.
So
you got to talk to him.
But today I'm going to be headed over to the Venetian, where another big part of the show is. And from what I looked up, a lot of the more interesting stuff is. So that's also where downstairs at the Venetian is where they have, forget exactly what it's called, something park, where they have like a lot of startups and stuff like that. So much smaller booths.
Oh, cool. Oh, that sounds fun.
But yeah, Vegas is expensive, and that's getting to me. But I did get to ride the monorail. Oh, I also got to take the Vegas Loop, because when I was over, I went
what
to
is
go
that?
get some. I will get to it. I was at Fountain Blue to get some lunch, and then I didn't feel like walking all the way back to Central Hall, so I got to go on the Vegas Loop, which is free around the convention center, and it is Tesla's in a tunnel, basically. It's underground. You hop in a Tesla. It drives through these colorful tunnels, and you get to your destination in practically no time. There was a bit of a backup on this adventure, but it's free. Like I said, it's free around the convention center stops, but you can also go to some other hotels like Resorts World. I did that last time. It was like $5. You can go from the convention center to Resorts World. But yeah, very helpful in this case where it probably saved me a ton of walking, and I was already exhausted from all the walking I was doing, so I was very thankful for this free service.
Is it claustrophobic on the Vegas Loop?
I don't think so. I mean, I was in the middle seat of the back, if that's what you mean. But in terms of the tunnels themselves, no, I mean, I don't have huge claustrophobia. I don't worry about if it were to shut down or whatever. I did think it was funny watching the Tesla screen, though, because every once in a while, it would just show like a truck next to us. And it's like, no, it's just the tunnel. You think it would know by now, but every once in a while, a truck would just like pop up for half a second. So that was
Are
humorous to me.
these driverless Teslas?
I don't think. I think that it's all manual currently.
Okay.
So when the loop was announced, they kind of talked about like this super sci-fi vision of having like these orbs that you could crawl in, almost like the Jurassic World ball things, and then they could shoot through this loop. And then it became driverless Teslas, and then it's just all manual Teslas. But they're still, it is still very efficient because it's all underground. And
So there are
you're getting
people
through
who
that traffic and stuff.
So there's these group of people who just spend their workday underground driving Teslas through tunnels.
Wearing headsets, and yeah, she said that they're only really open during conventions, and
And you mentioned a backup. How long were you in the tunnel during the pause? Because my wife is
we were above
claustrophobic.
ground during you zoom through the tunnels. They have the backup. I was backed up at the station, waiting to go through so that you don't get stuck in the tunnel.
So Rebecca, are you saying you would not be comfortable if you paused in the tunnel for a while? That would not be a comfortable thing for you?
There was no pausing in the tunnels.
Okay. Continuing around LP, our newest contributor here at LP, fast becoming one of my favorites here at LP, Eric Goldman. I can't leave anyone out. Eric Goldman has done a fun article, 8 old school Marvel shows that need Marvel Legends figures. So with Hasbro's Marvel's Legends, that's a toy for you people like me, now tackling less prominent TV shows. He has some ideas on ones perhaps they should be doing figures for, like Howard the Duck. So
basically, they're expanding the term legend.
I mean, you don't feel like the Incredible Hulk 1977 is a true legend?
These are yeah, it's just funny to say like they're expanding to less known.
Yeah, lesser known legends. That is a great point. Of course, Howard the Duck. So he just has some suppositions there. And then, as you all know, Nikki B is our biggest fan. Did you know that the biggest fan of Voice of the Liberty is on our team? And so he has another video from them as they have ended their holiday run and returned to their normal run. Let's take a short enough listen to hear them, but not too long that we get copyrighted. That's beautiful. So that, of course, is Golden Dreams from American Adventure.
I'm just noticing you actually wrote the Nikki B for Golden Dreams.
I didn't want to forget to say it. I didn't read it just now. I didn't have to, but I didn't want to forget to say it. So.
Yes, that's funny.
And then Alex Rice has interviews with the cast and creator of Goosebumps: The Vanishing. So you can go check that out on LP. Pretty extensive, right? 5 minutes. That's a good amount of time to get with the actors, the talent. And David Schwimmer's here as well. Goosebumps: The Vanishing comes to Disney Plus on January 10th, and go check that out. That's a big one for us here at LP Goosebumps. You'll look for more content for that as it approaches, which is tomorrow. I would not be comfy, but nevertheless, I want to do it just because it's kind of cool. But comfy, no, not one bit. All right, finally, we have this section of the program where Kyle shows off just how smart he is or is not by telling us what happened on this day in Disney history. On this day in 1916, a Disney CEO was born. Which was that Disney CEO? 1916.
Wow. So they would be 100 something.
They're dead now.
No,
that helps you.
That wouldn't make sense. But
I just said they're dead now. If that helps you.
Yeah, I figured. I don't. Can I have a hint?
Um,
I don't know how you're going to give me a hint.
there aren't that many Disney CEOs, so
It's true.
it's not Michael Eisner, it's not Bob Chapek,
Right.
it's
Hardwalker.
not Bob
Is that
Iger.
the person?
Before that, there were two, other than the Disney, Roy and Walt. So
Right.
one of those two. Justin Smith is helping you out. Yes, it is Card
I did
Walker.
say Card Walker. You must not have heard me because I did say Card Walker.
You glitched, or I just didn't hear you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
It is
fine.
Card Walker.
I blame the internet.
It is Card. Frank Wells, not Disney CEO. Nope, never CEO.
President. Right?
All right. Yes, he was the president. Was that the title? Yeah, president. On this day in 1987, an attraction opened at Disneyland, which should be enough to give it to you, but I'm going to help you anyway. First of all, based on that, do you know it?
What, 1987?
1987 Disneyland.
No.
All right. Through galaxies vast, adventure calls, light speed fast, stars await our cast. A rhyming haiku.
Nice. So is that Star Tours?
It is Star Tours. I asked for a haiku.
I was thinking, I thought it was 86 for some reason, but I think I must be confusing it with EO.
Yeah, EO 86, Star Tours 87. I asked for a haiku. I don't know.
For more than 20 hours, right?
I don't know why it made it rhyme, because haikus don't have to rhyme, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, but it gave me a rhyming haiku, which is impressive. I had video to play during that, but I forgot to click it, so I'm just.
So it's fired for reviews, but not fired for this segment.
What I think's happened? No, it's definitely not fired for this segment, and I don't know if it's freed up brain power for this segment or it's just offended, and so it wants to step up its game here to protect its job. But yeah, that was a pretty good one. All right, and finally, in 1999, we have an attraction at EPCOT which closed permanently on this day.
What?
On this day.
Thank you. 1999, closed EPCOT attraction.
Thank you, Nikki B.
I should know it.
I got a limerick for you.
Okay.
A pavilion once bold and bright showed futures in gleaming light. With robots and seas and airborne cities, its vision still lingers, a delight.
It's a pavilion that closed? Is that Wonders of Life?
No.
Communicore?
No.
I don't know.
You don't know. Here, can you tell from this?
Not yet.
It's Horizons. It is Horizons.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
How you could not guess Horizons?
Dude, yeah, I don't know. Never been on it, I don't think.
Yeah, it's good attraction, overrated, but good attraction.
I also thought it closed at 99. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. I think
it
that's
also it officially closed at 99, but it was like very seasonal before that.
Yes, for sure. No one cares.
So it's hit or miss whether when I went in like 96 or something, whether or not I actually went on it.
As much as people love Horizons, that was a nobody wrote it attraction in the late 90s. All right. Well, that's our show. We mentioned earlier a donation made by Jamie Lee Curtis, and that is now up on our website.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes, that's a great point. Now up on our website, if you want to check that out, the Los Angeles Fire Relief Fund. Of course, we encourage you to give as well if you're so inclined. And yeah, hopefully by this time tomorrow, things will be much, much better in Southern California. Thank you for joining us, and we will be back tomorrow at the same time.
Bye.